raked his fingers through his hair, the roots damp with perspiration. "How do you know it's a knob?" Hugh asked. Sir held out his palm, the creases blackened with coal soot and street grime. "Oh, he be a gent, Mr. Hugh. I know me a gent when I see one." He ignored the boy's outstretched palm and pushed through the bedraggled crowd into the mouth of the building. "Where?" Sir remained attached to his heels. "Third floor, second room left. Now where's me coin?" Hugh edged through the crowd at the base of the common stairwell. The blockade was made up of prostitutes, past their prime and long overdue for a bath. "Bow Street's here, girls," one of them crooned, as Hugh took the steps 2 at a time. He wore nothing that would mark him as an officer with the Bow Street force, like the navy coats and red vests the mounted officers wore, but he supposed these ladies knew how to read a fellow by his clothes. Straight away they would have noted the cut of his suit, clean and pressed. That alone marked him as unlike the men of their usual acquaintance. They would have caught his scent as he passed, which lacked the stale broom of alcohol and cigars. They likely noticed the flintlock pistol at one hip and the iron wrist cuffs dangling from the opposite. "Didn't know Bow Street had such a fine bum." The particularly uninventive comment followed him up and around the bend in the stairwell. Granted, they were not paid for their creativity. Sir barreled up the stairwell, his palm still out and thrust up in front of Hugh's chest. The persistent, stunted wretch. "What's the man done?" he asked as they climbed the narrow steps to the 3rd floor. "He's done murder, that's what he's done. Now where's me coin? I got a sick baby brother and me mum's got the wheezes real bad and then me day." "Save the sorry tale of your plight for the nuns, sir. You'll get your coin when I get my man." Which, by the looks of the crush of people up ahead, might not happen after all. If another foot patrol had arrived, he'd have jurisdiction and Hugh might as well go home. He forced his way through the spectators, but wasn't prepared for what met him. Blood he had seen before. However, in his near 8-year service to the magistrate, he'd not seen blood like this. It painted the walls in frenzied streaks, spattered lines and bursts of mist. The gore had rained upward upon the ceiling and had soaked what had once been a snowy white counterpane on an elegant mahogany tester-bed. He noticed her legs first, the vulgar, suggestive splay of them, as if she'd been mid-coitus when killed. The victim wore black stockings, and though ripped, they were still clasped to lace garters around her thighs. Hugh stepped inside the room and met the glare of the night watchman. The old man's weathered face told a story of salt and wind and open sea. When he walked toward Hugh, a limp in his step layered in a past injury that likely prevented the man from finding work. Every parish in London had a revolving circuit of night watchmen, most of them impoverished old men without any other way of earning wages. "You a runner?" the night watchman asked. "Officer Marsden." He refused to call himself a runner. The term made him out to be little more than a messenger, running orders for the chief magistrate. He was an officer now, ranking above regular foot patrol and conductors, and despite the building commotion outside, it appeared he was the first to arrive. "Well, I can't get him up," the watchman said. He gestured toward the floor, to the space behind 2 grey velvet chairs sitting arm to arm. Hugh took his hands out of his pockets at the sight of the second man. This one, the knob Sir must have been referring to. He sat upon the floor, his legs drawn up, and his head tucked down, arms wrapped around his knees. Blood soaked his shirt and trousers, his hands too. A gold band encircled the left ring finger, though the